Good day, everyone. Today is Monday, the 20th of May, 2019. I'm Jewel. Thank you so much for checking out the weather with me today. And boy, today's going to be a humdinger in many ways for many people. It's just a mess, folks. We got flooding. You would not believe the rain amounts that are going to fall in some places with severe weather. Plus now we have this system. But still, I am not too worried about this system as we check out the Atlantic from the National Hurricane Center. Now, this came in early this morning. There will be another update. I will probably get the afternoon update to put out for you, not the morning update, unless it's very, very different from what it looks like it's going to be. First off, we have a big high pressure up in this area. That's why, if you've noticed, this system has not moved very much at all. It's just been a bunch of clouds, but they still haven't moved very much at all, just a few degrees here or there since it showed up. This high pressure is why. It's keeping it pushed right in this area. But with all of the severe weather that's going to be happening today with that very large system, as it moves across the east, the high will move on across, the low will come across, and remember, highs push, lows pull. This will go up and out. That's what it's looking like. That little speck right there is Bermuda. Everybody over on the island of Bermuda, you should prepare because you're probably going to get some wind and rain out of this system. So go ahead and prepare for it. It's on the way. What do they say? Well, satellite-derived wind data indicate that this is a trough of low pressure that has developed with a large area of cloudiness and disorganized showers. It's several hundred miles to the southwest of Bermuda. A low-pressure system is expected to form within this area of disturbed weather later, today. Possibly develop into a short-lived subtropical or tropical cyclone by tonight or tomorrow, while it moves northward or northeastward by Wednesday. However, conditions are forecast to become unfavorable for further development, and the system should become rapidly absorbed by a cold front. That's that terrific low pressure moving across, bringing all the tornadoes and severe weather, okay? An Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to investigate the disturbance later this afternoon if necessary. Now, interest in Bermuda should monitor the progress of the system. There will be another update around 8 a.m. this morning. I will probably get the one later in the afternoon. Now, it's looking like 2 days, 60% chance, 5 days, 60% chance. But it should move up and out. So that's what it's looking like for the Atlantic. Now over in the Pacific, here we go. This system right here, so many have asked me about, is it going to cross over and come into Gulf or this or that? Well, I have this set, as you see up top, at the 5-day graphical outlook, and at this time, it's just a broad area of low pressure still. It's centered a couple of hundred miles south of Guatemala. It is producing limited shower activity. No development of the system is expected during the next few days, but environmental conditions could favor some slow development later in the week while the disturbance moves slowly westward or west-northwestward, well offshore the southern coast of Mexico. Now, in 2 days, it's 0, and 5 days, it's got a 20% chance of forming. I think before all is said and done, it may be a week, it may be a little later, we will see this develop, and it may get a name. We'll have to wait and see. But that's a check of everything this morning, so far as tropical weather goes. And here we go with the severe weather outlook overview map today, okay? And it's a mess. We finally made it to the pink now, people. Look at there. High as you can go on the chart. There's your graph right down here. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Yesterday, so many people had severe weather in places that hadn't been having that much. We had a lot of severe thunderstorms up in these areas here, but as far as today goes, it's looking like an outbreak of strong tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. They're expected, folks, today across parts of the southern and central plains. And in addition, many of these storms will have very large hail and wind damage. It's looking like the severe threat will be concentrated from West Texas and the Texas Panhandle eastward across the entire state of Oklahoma as it moves. Now, Kansas into western Missouri and western Arkansas also. You're going to get some of this severe weather. Additional severe storms with wind damage and hail will be possible this afternoon from southeast New York into southern and central New England, as you can see right up in this area. So anybody that's in the darker green or the yellow or the red or the pink, look out, you do have these chances, especially, of course, in these areas. And the rainfall totals are some of the rainfall totals that I have looked up where you see this pink, and as it moves on across, this is 3 to 6 inches of rain, and in some places even higher. So you know the threat of flooding is going to be going on. I hate to tell you guys this, flooding everywhere up and down in this area right now as it is, but that's what it's looking like. Now, so far as tornadoes, it's a 30% chance of tornadoes. The wind and the hail is 45%. 45%. And the greatest chance of tornadoes today is where the darker green line starts in Texas, moves up into New Mexico and Colorado, over into Nebraska. Barely Iowa, but it does touch in there. As we come down into Missouri, Arkansas, then back down in Texas. This is where tornadoes are. We already know that this area in here is more than likely going to have some tornadoes, whether they touch down or not today, so be aware, okay? Now, when it comes to the wind and the hail, we already know this area here is going to get it, but this big 45% chance of wind and hail also goes for this area up in the New England area here, all the way up to Maine. Now, it should not be as severe as it is down here, but you do have a chance of it. And pop up off and on showers with the heating going on, especially east of this system, anywhere like Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, right on down, and the southern part of Florida. If you get a thunderstorm, it could be severe, so please watch out for that. If you're into the weather like all of us here over on J7409 Weather, subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. My subscribers are the best in the world. We're all friendly. We're kind to each other. We're just into the weather and want to know what's going on. So, with that all said and done, if you do subscribe, don't forget to click the bell. And if you have any weather pictures with all the severe weather going on, click show more down below this video. Scroll down, you'll find an email address that you can send some pictures to. I'd love to see them, and also share them with everyone over here at J7409 Weather. We'd love to see what is happening in your areas. This, of course, is the GFS map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. I'm going to turn it on and let it roll. Now, folks, this is a significant, severe weather pattern that's going on today, and flash flooding is likely. It's probably going to happen across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Now we got heavy snow that's expected for the central Rockies with well below average temperatures extending from the central and northern high plains into much of the west through Wednesday. Above average warmth for the East Coast today with much cooler temperatures for the Northeast by tomorrow. This major spring storm system is set to affect the Great Plains today with the potential for widespread severe weather and flash flooding from northwestern Texas into Oklahoma. It's a very high risk, folks. Now, severe threats include very large hail, damaging straight-line wind gusts, and tornadoes. And these tornadoes, some of which may be long track, can be rather significant. So please, folks, this is a dangerous situation. Be aware of what's going on around you. Thunderstorms are expected to be ongoing early this morning across eastern New Mexico into Texas and the Oklahoma panhandles, with convection expanding north and east during the day today. And additional thunderstorm development is expected across western Texas this afternoon. And this is going to result in multiple rounds of strong to severe thunderstorms with heavy rain and flash flooding and flooding in general centered over Oklahoma, but with a big risk extending northward into Kansas and southwestward into northwest Texas. Once again, it's looking like forecast of rainfall ending by tomorrow morning are 3 to 6 inches across this considerable large area extending from southwestern Oklahoma into southeastern Kansas and the Ozarks. And some of these totals are going to be even higher than 6 inches. That's very likely. Now, the threat for the severe weather will shift east for tomorrow into the Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas area through Missouri, and while still noteworthy, it doesn't look quite as extreme as it does for today. However, there is a large area of flash flooding in this forecast for tomorrow from South Dakota into eastern Kansas and Missouri, as this strong area of low pressure and its attendant fronts start to move and advance to the east. The cold front over Texas will weaken but continue to provide a focus for strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, to the north and west of the low center, high temperatures are going to be 20 to 30 degrees below average proportions of the central and northern high plains today, right on through tomorrow, with clouds and rain keeping many locations across the Intermountain West and north of the warm front unsettled. We got a second storm system that's going to enter the western U.S. tonight, bringing rain and higher elevation snow to Oregon, Nevada, and Northern California. By tomorrow, temperatures should fall low enough to support heavy mountain snow for Wyoming and Colorado, where 1 to 2 feet could fall, folks, in the higher elevations through Wednesday, with minor accumulations even possible for the lower elevations in eastern Wyoming. Out east, high temperatures will be well into the 80s and low 90s from Florida and Georgia to New England today. Now, these temperatures are about 10 to 20 degrees above mid-May averages. A cold front will change that, though, coming up for tomorrow. The highs falling back into the 50s and 60s for the northeast, with 70s into the northern mid-Atlantic range. Cooler weather is also expected across the Ohio Valley tomorrow, although rain should hold off until late Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that's a check of your weather today, folks. I'll be around. I may go live. Looking like today I am going to go live at some point later this afternoon. So I wanted to stick that in there and let you be aware when things get to hopping. I will do my best to try to let people know what's going on. Peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Have a good day. Have a safe day. Watch your skies. Keep up with what's going on in your area. Whether it's about radio, TV, just keep up with your local weather forecast. That's going to be very important for many, many people. And make sure you have a way to get it without electricity, because I know so many are going to lose power today. Have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching.